Can you explain your toy rotation system? The way I did this was I just bundled everything up. My kids didn't have a lot of toys, and everything that I kept, even if they were given stuff, I didn't keep it a lot. I like them to only have stuff that started as nothing and turned into something when they were done with it, like blocks, something that they had to build and create, right? So I love like science projects, craft stuff, blocks, anything that they had to build. Anyway, so I loved all that. But what I did was the big stuff stayed out all the time, like the video games, the Lego, the Barbies, all the big stuff stayed out. But all the other stuff around that, there's always all those extra toys. That was all put away in boxes, and they could choose 5 things to keep out. And then I'd put the rest away. And then whenever they asked, it might be 2 or 3 months before my kids would even ask. Because we were kind of busy, we were out a lot doing stuff. So they might ask, oh, can I, because the toys that they did have was a lot of creative stuff. So it kept them entertained. So they'd say, can we do a toy rotation? I'd say, sure. And then I'd pull down, or we'd take the 5 toys that they already had out, and then we'd take out 5 more. So, but I wouldn't do it more than once a week. Also, we were really lucky where we lived. We lived in Brisbane, Australia, and they had it attached in the back of the normal public library. They had what they called a toy library. So it was all free, and you could just take out, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks, you could take out these they were like big Fisher-Price doll houses, garages, or little slides, they were fantastic. So it was stuff that you could use outside or inside or whatever. And yeah, you'd have it for 2 or 3 weeks. So I did that pretty much every week. I went and got new stuff. And you could get like a couple things. It was all free. And if you don't have that in your area, a lot of people do. They've told me they do have those toy libraries in their area. But if you don't, approach the community center or the church or churches or even schools or preschools or something and say, are you interested? And you could actually have like a membership where people have to pay every month. So it could raise money for a church or something. But yeah. So look into that. It's a really good idea. I was always trying to keep stuff around that was kind of new. Kids don't want all that old crap. They just step all over it and make a mess. And they don't learn how to focus. So you want them to have a few things, but change it out every so often. And that's how they learn too. Also, when I'd pull out those old toys that they hadn't seen in a couple of months, they were older. They would play with them differently. So, because they were just that much older, right? It was quite interesting to see. And I thought, oh, the last time that was out, they didn't play with it like that. They played quite differently. So maybe once a week at the most. I wouldn't do it any more than that.